The Edinburgh Seven were a group of pioneering women who studied medicine at the University of Edinburgh. Their individual and collective struggles to enter the medical profession at a time when women were actively excluded from doing so lit a spark that ignited the existing national discourse regarding women in medicine and academia. In March 1869, Hastings-born Sophia Jex-Blake applied to study medicine at the University of Edinburgh. Although the university's medical faculty accepted her application, the university court deemed it would need to set up separate classes to cater for her teaching, and they deemed it would be inappropriate for her to study with male classmates. On the grounds that this would be an unfeasible arrangement for one woman, the university rejected her application. Undeterred, Jex-Blake advertised in the Scotsman newspaper, whose offices were based here in Coburn Street at the time, looking for other women who wished to study for medical qualifications. Jex-Blake hoped that if the university would not cater for teaching one woman, they might do so for a group of women. The first women to respond and to join her in applying were Isabel Thorne, Edith Petchey, Matilda Chaplin, Helen Evans, Mary Anderson, and Emily Bovell. They became known as the Edinburgh Seven. In October 1869, this group of determined women were the first female students to matriculate at any British university. However, while admittance of women to medical teaching was supported by more progressive circles of society, it was also resisted ferociously by many, including powerful men within the political, academic, and medical communities. The women faced abuse and obstruction as they attended their lectures and classes. In 1870, animosity towards the women culminated in a violent riot here at Surgeons' Hall on Nicholson Street, when a group of angry protesters attempted to prevent the women from sitting their anatomy exam. A plaque dedicated to the Edinburgh Seven and commemorating the riot was unveiled in 2015 by Historic Scotland. Fittingly, it is mounted on the gates of Surgeons' Hall, the scene of the riot. In 1873, and with the mere presence of the women at the university causing controversy, the Court of Session, Scotland's highest civil court, ruled that the University of Edinburgh had acted beyond its powers in allowing the women to matriculate in the first place. The Edinburgh Seven were thus legally barred from graduating. Despite this major setback, between 1877 and 1879, 5 of the 7 gained their medical qualifications from universities in Europe. Furthermore, the 7 helped set up medical schools for women and continued to campaign for legislation that would recognise the right of women to study and practice medicine. A major victory came when the government, led by MPs sympathetic to the women's cause, such as Russell Gurney, passed the Medical Act in 1876. This act enabled British medical authorities, if they so wished, to examine and licence female candidates to practice medicine. Almost 20 years after the Medical Act was passed, the University of Edinburgh allowed its first women to graduate in 1892. Those following in the footsteps of the Edinburgh Seven to study medicine would do so here at the new Teviot Medical School, completed in 1888, and at the nearby Royal Infirmary buildings on Lauriston Place. The actions of the Edinburgh Seven had a profound effect on the progression of women in academia and the medical profession. Their determination and their bravery to continue fighting for women's rights despite the obstacles they faced had an enormous impact on the lives and career prospects of women that cannot be underestimated.